嗯嗯嗯。等我一下，我要去载个 mod，因为那个我想要重铸一下那个大师之剑，重铸主角的传家宝剑。嗯。OK， 应该可以了吧？哎呀， 装那个锻造，锻造更简单，因为昨天要打那个主角的传家宝打不出来啊，所以我把锻造的难度降低。我要掌握自己的命运啊，命运不能给游戏掌握。唉，没有啊，瞧了之后就打得出来了。要瞧啊！我要当乔王之王。嘿。来吧，再敲一次看看。敲。它那个是显示10倍。所以意思就是指说，我的完成所需要的条件就是扣成1/10。来看看吧。哎，完成了！干，我才敲4下，完成了！传家宝重铸完成。我好开心啊！哇，神气呀！然后再把它打磨亮。
That's more like it. All done.
哇，神了！这样我就真是真剑仙了。OK， 打出好剑啊！继续啊，来去破关吗？跟哈希也对话。长柄武器我没有好图样啊，没有，他还没收到图样。 还打不出神器来。哦，哎，来吧，你们要成为我的4刀啊，4刀死。呵，1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
Pray for a quick death, you bastard! To me! Get him from behind! Is someone fighting? Oh, it's just you.
看起来伤害力还不错。
To hell with it.
看来今天的我会很顺利。别人玩这一块应该都是玩的特别痛苦，看起来只有我玩的特别轻松。
Fine day for some fine wares. Come and take your pick.
Cha! Cha! Go!
我今天上课的时候跟学生讲说，我现在超想要5090的，然后如果有学生肯送我5090，他的成绩可能会特別好。结果竟然有学生真的跑来问我说，是不是真的是这样？我在跟他讲，如果你送得出5090的话，我们来猜一猜看，那个学生到底到时候会不会送我5090？哇，我在想，如果学生送我5090，我该怎么办呢？我就会面临一个非常恐怖的抉择，因为他的成绩到底要怎么打
？Quick! Go!
是不是有人在叫我啊
Damn it! Somebody help me!
？Somebody help me！ 我听到。
Open the door, please! Oh my God! Thank you. That lunatic said he was fetching an axe. You have to help me.
Hold on. Calm down. What happened here?
The miller, that old beast. He's always
收下我就出名了。收下学生，就学生拿5090贿赂老师。
So I said I was leaving him. I
可是5090现在买一片要13万呢，真的会有学生肯花13万去买自己的成绩吗？
be going with me.
应该说他有那么多钱可以买自己的成绩吗？
Dan, that's terrible.
Please, talk to him. He'll listen to a proper man. I'm too scared of him.
All right. I will. Where can I find him?
There's a shed behind the mill with wood in it. He must have gone there to get the axe.
Stay here. I'll go and look for him.
Thank you. And be careful.
我可不希望以那样的模式被观众们看到啊。哼，如果有哪一天真的会被观众看到，我也要选择一个最好的方式啊。他说要去拿斧头了，跑去拿斧头了，应该在这吧。没人呢。有把斧头，没人。
He's nowhere to be found. I hope I didn't miss it. I better go back.
Hey, I reckon you're just who we're looking for. What are you doing here?
What? I'm just passing by.
Really? What a coincidence, eh? So you don't know anything about the thief in the shed?
Like I said, I'm just passing by. I don't know anything about any thief.
Can't you see he's lying? He must have let her go.
糟糕，看来我要做坏事。
I can spot a liar a mile off, and this one's telling the truth.
Could have.
Did you see anything suspicious at all, or anyone? You see, the miller here locked a girl in the shed because she'd been stealing from him at the mill. And somehow she escaped before he could fetch me.
主角说谎的功力真的是超强。
Now that you mention it, I did see a man and woman running away.
Which way?
Towards the village. Along the road.
All right. I'll ask around the village, and you, Marshal, stay here in case they come back.
Well, fine. What fucking choice do I have?
Thanks, lad. You've been a great help.
英雄救
Fucking
美，
bitch. A man treats her like his own.
洗洗脸，全身搞到血淋淋的。这游戏真的做得太过于真实了，做好事都没有好下场。没有，就是当你认为自己在做好事，但是其实是坏事。哇，这也是西方游戏特有的特色，没有绝对的善恶。
Quick. Go. Ka. Go. Go. Ka.
我也不知道主线后来要怎么掰耶，因为亨利已经复仇了啊。
Whoa.
哎，有没有马夫？我要买马。这边有那么多这么厉害的马，我都碰不得。哇！沙姆哈克很厉害，乌德没耐力。那不要，应该有得买。卡土木速度最快。 但是我却找不到卖马的人。养那么多匹马啊，没有一个可以买马的对象。哦，阿提拉也很厉害，但是我都没办法买。切，马夫嘞。
Show me you. Oh, so hungry I could eat a horse.
You're always welcome here.
都是工人。我也想换兵士啊，但是我都找不到人买马啊。
How can I help you, sir?
The Ruthard sent me.
What's that to do with me? Those days when Ruthard was the Lord of Malashov are over. I don't want to have anything more to do with him. So you can be on your way.
He sends you his regards. And he asked me to remind you that he's still paying for master
可以换
for
兵
your
士
family,
了。
as the two of you agreed.
Sakura. Nobody knows about that but him.
That's why he told me. So you'd be sure I really did come from them, and this isn't a trick.
Well, that changes things. Sorry for being a bit hostile-like. But times are tough. A man can't be sure of anything. Good to hear that Sir Quinlan still has a few friends left. Give him my greetings, and thank him for still honoring our agreement.
Sure. I'll pass that on to him.
So, tell me, what did the Ruthard send you for?
I'm planning a certain enterprise. Something that the new lord of the castle certainly won't be happy about.
An enterprise, you say? I reckon it's best not to ask what that might be, eh?
That would be wise. And I need you to get fresh, fast horses ready for me.
That's quite a lot you're asking of me. A fresh, fast horse don't come cheap. But fine, since you're from Sir Quinlan, I'll have it ready for you. Somewhere a bit further from here so I don't get in the shit if things go sideways.
Of course. The last thing I want is to endanger you unnecessarily. And the Ruthards promise to pay for the horse if it comes to any harm.
All right. So look, here next to the stud farm, there's a kind of band of rocks below the forest. When you go alongside the rocks to the end, you'll find a wooded copse not far from the castle. There's a well-trodden patch of ground there, so that hopefully nothing will happen to you.
Thanks.
You ought to be. I wish you the best.
I'll have a look.
哦，龙之马龟，龙之马鞍，看起来有个龙字，听起来就很厉害，所以多买一点。
I was glad to be of help to you. What will it...
Do you sell horses here?
Aye, that's me. And I also clean, pick a horse, and bring me the coin.
Did you say you also exchange horses?
As long as it's not some nag. And who knows? If you've got... I hope you've had a... Well...
Of course.
So?
哎，是哪一个？我记得好像卡土木速度最快啊，然后还有沙姆哈克。 没有阿提拉。可以买的没有阿提拉。我记得就卡土木跟沙姆哈克可以选。卡土木多少钱？5000多块。那沙姆哈克5600。
What slum had a strong mining hall. His owner gave him. He didn't want to put it. I can't. He used to be a wood. Many noblemen, none of them.
讨价还
Looks
价。
like a good.
That's reasonable.
Great.
There, come on. We'll. Safe travels. You silly doggy.
OK， 然后要给他换东西了。
Quick.
Whoa, whoa. This must be the chapel Rosa was talking about. I was supposed to look through its arch for some old ruins. Well, let's see. The chapel directed me here. There's no doubt about that. So somewhere around here, I have to find a stone cross, and then go in the direction the top is pointing.
10的十字架在哪里啊？10座的十字架。哦，这么广。
It's been here for a while, and we only took the best cuts, left the rest to rot. What a waste. Fucking poachers.
哦，这个往他所指的方向去。哎，不对啊，往他所指的方向去就走出来了。前往另一座十字架。沿着十字架石碑顶端所指的方向去另外一座十字架。所以他这边继续往前走，会有另外一个十字架。还不能看漏啊。很奇怪，没有十字架。靠，这也太难找了吧。这游戏恶搞人也是一流的。 对啊，没有指错啊，十字架是指那边啊，是指那里没错啊。沿着十字架走到另外一个十字架，我眼睛啊，快看到消掉了，要脱窗了。喂，这是十字架吗？所以再往这里走。啊，看找到十字架了。啊。
A cross in stone. This could be the place Rosa mentioned. I'll grab the spade and see if I'm in the right place.
嗯，被东西挡住了。密道用挖的哦，哼，也太猛了吧
Tough job, but it was worth it. The way to Malashov is clear.
啊，也是已经挖好的，出发喽！因为走这个也很冒险呢，到时候洞穴坍帮怎么办？坍帮直接被埋死。晚安，晚安。蚁类，怎么会呢？劳力报效国家，你应该要感到有成就感。
Damn it, that's cold.
要有一种今天的付出，帮助国家往前进。 门了。看来我应该到城堡下面了。
This looks like it could be the wall of the Malashov cellars. There's no going back. This is it. All right then. Courage, Henry. Courage. You can do this.
慢慢搬，靠，连这个都做得如此真实，
Take a while.
连搬砖头都亲力而为。
And Liechtenstein are turning the Kuttenberg houses against us.
Babak will deal with Odard. But Liechtenstein is your concern. How come you haven't caught him yet?
He's slippery as an eel. He's hiding somewhere in the Jewish quarter. I sent spies to track him down, but they never came back.
Flush him out of that hole of his. For fuck's
哦
sake!
主角的另外一个仇人在后面。
Kuttenberg is ours. Sigismund has the reins firmly in his hands.
He's got fuck all in his hands. Sigismund thought at first he'd come to terms with his brother Wenceslas, clear the way for him to the imperial throne, and take the Bohemian throne for himself. But Wenceslas couldn't even get off his drunken ass and go to Rome for the coronation. And now, the glorious Hungarian king has fallen for Jobst and his damned truce. He's been taken in by that treacherous turncoat.
Jobst betrayed Wenceslas. Then Sigismund, and now us. He fooled all of us. But what can he really do against us?
I'll tell you what. While pretending to parley, he incensed the Hungarian nobles against Sigismund.
Surely Sigismund's army can deal with that inconvenience.
Ha! He was paying his humans by letting them pillage Bohemia. He set half the people against him in the country he wants to rule. And now, there is nothing left to plunder. While we are shuffling our feet here, Jobst is surely mustering an army.
What are we going to do?
We've got cable. That'll keep Hanush and the Lipa people at bay. If they ever want to see their heir alive.
对啊，主角梦中那一只。
Liechtenstein mustering other allies for him. We get him in our grasp, and Jobst will be like a fish out of water in Bohemia.
I'll drag him out of that Jewish den with my own two hands. Count on me, sir.
The betrayers of Christ, hiding a betrayal. They are rich. All that's needed is a good pretext.
The Kuttenbergers will be quite happy if their debts to those usurers happen to go up in smoke.
Yeah.
You're learning fast, young man.
The gate open. A horseman, sir!
Hanush is out of the game. The Kuttenbergers are taken care of, and we'll catch Liechtenstein. You'll see, my friend. Good times are coming.
Your Graces, King Sigismund is convening the town council, but first he requests your presence at the Sedlets monastery, without delay.
What's all the urgency about?
Surely you must know that yourself, sir. The captives fled Trotsky Castle and killed Istvan Toth while escaping.
What?
？That's not possible.
主角也要被复仇了。
It is true. Lord Toth is dead.
这个表情真他妈经典。
Speak!
The messenger said something about Cobbler's bastard and some outlaws.
I swear, by everything that is holy, I will find that horse.
狗是无辜的，不过我很感谢他杀掉了。我这样动保会不会放过他
Jesus, what's with that boy?
Sir Ishtvan was like a father to him. You better go.
Bring the horses.
Shame about that dog.
狗狗一直提醒他们主角在哪里，到头来还是被杀掉了。兔死狗烹。
Luck was on my side. Now to find Capon and get out of here.
So the garrison is slightly weakened. So, be extra alert on your watch. If I find anybody slacking off, they'll get the whip. You've got it, Clark. Careful. I'll set time to the game.
Don't worry, it's already taken care of. I saw her taking it.
啊！我要帮小姐拿书哎。
By the blade, my favorite.
好吧，被发现了。
I'll hack you up like.
看有人去吹了。来都来啊！干妈的，我有传家宝剑哎。
Get your I'll shove you up.
Fuck! I can't get a shot in.
Fucking hell! I'll beat you. Bloody oh fucker!
Come on then.
Bleeding already, are you?
Like you deserve.
Right between the eyes.
Don't think I won't cut you to pieces.
You won't try me. Punishment by the blade, my favorite. Show what you're made of. Smash.
For God's sake, you've injured him!
Now you'll see what we're doing.
What the fuck? You want to try me?
我的发我先坏掉了。
You just fucked up, asshole. Surrender or die. No, you don't. Come on, then.
Don't
You wanna
think I
try
won't
me?
cut you to pieces.
What's wrong?
哎，干输了啊！哈哈啊！我差一点屠城了，干那一只应该是最后一只了，说。我差一点就成功了。
You got it, Conrad.
Diepo, I'll send Hyman to the gate. You'll be in charge of the southern and eastern fortifications.
All right, Conrad. I'll get right on it.
Oh, well. Punishment by the blade. My favorite. I'm all yours. It's a slime.
Watch out! I can't get a shot in!
Cut you to pieces. Damn it.
我是暗杀术是一次只能杀一次啊，因为刚刚那一只我要杀啊，我会发现我手上没有刀了。
get out of here.
明明刚刚就杀成功了，为什么杀第二只的时候那个匕首就不见了？不懂，这暗杀的部分可能要再研究看看。Oh shit！
Eh? Enemy in the fortress!
啊，尴尬，遭手劲啊！这一幕真棒，但是都遮得太好了。
Now to find Capon and get out of here.
Aren't you supposed to be keeping watch and polishing the armor?
Enemy in the fortress! Sound the alarm!
太尴尬了吧？
You wanna try me? Punishment's on the blade! My favorite!
No fear. I'll take that swine.
Take that!
Don't think I won't cut you to pieces. I'll rip your arm.
What do you want?
No! Someone help!
There's nothing here for you. Look over there. That's the way he ran.
I'm on the way! You're mine!
What are you?
Come on then! We're gonna get you, you Harson!
Can't aim like this, damn it! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! Ah! Wanker! Don't think I won't cut you to pieces! That'll teach you! The pillory's too good for you!
还有没有？结果整个基地还是被我屠了。妈的！要不是公主要我帮她找她的日记，不然我根本不用跟那么多只打，我直接去地下室救人就好了。身上尽是一些不值钱的东西。应该吧，该杀的都杀光了。就这本，哼，就为屠城，就为了这本书。整座城没半个人呢。可是我看这城里面有几个 NPC 耶，那不知道是不是有任务。这样一搞，怕任务就没了。汉斯，我的好基友汉斯，你在哪里？
What is happening? Who are you?
Quiet. If you make a peep, we're done for.
Henry?
哎，为什么他没被绑啊？
God, Henry. What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? Hunting boar? Came to save your noble arse.
My noble arse thanks you. Well, how did you get here?
I'll tell you later. Who's this?
Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Aretso. At your service.
Brabant led the defense at Kuttenberg. He's Sigismund's prisoner, same as me.
And I came very close to holding the town. Besides...
There's no time for chit-chat. He's our ally. We can't leave him behind.
Right, no doubt you've got a cunning plan for us to get out of here, right? Well, let's hear it.
我们不是已经可以横着走出去了吗？
First, I have a plan.
根本不需要计划。
Through a secret passageway that old Ruthard told me about. Von Bergov knows nothing about it.
C'est magnifique. Very cunning.
They know in the fortress now that something's up, but we can handle it. We're lucky von Bergov left the fortress along with von Aulitz and some of the garrison. So I'll take you to that passageway, and we'll get out of here. We'll get to the forest not far from here. I'll have some horses ready there. We'll be gone before you can say the Lord's Prayer.
Formidable. I call that an elegant plan. I myself had to sneak like that once during the siege of Arezzo. So, what are we waiting for? On y va?
Wait. A passageway, you say? A dark, narrow passageway?
Well, it's just a passageway. There's a bit of water in it to wade through, but nothing we can't handle.
You can forget about it. I'm not going through any passageway.
What?
Let me repeat. No passageway for me.
他是头壳撞到还是怎么样？
It is not chivalrous, c'est vrai, but in our situation, it is more than delicious.
Don't worry. Just trust me. Remember what I said at Trotsky? I won't allow anything to happen to you.
I remember. But if I faint or go mad in that passageway, I'll put you in danger too. And I'm not going to let that happen.
Now relax. We'll manage it together.
Henry, I mean it. You have to trust me on this one.
All right. I do.
Un moment. Henri? You said that von Bergov left. Is that not so?
Yes.
And what about horses? Are there any horses left here?
I think there's a couple, yeah. In the lower courtyard.
Très bien. That will be enough. We just have to get to them. But I think we could get there stealthily. It is not far from the tower to the stables. Then you simply open the gate, et voila, we are gone. Just like I escaped when surrounded by that English dog John Oakwood. It may not be the best plan. It was not Biden either.
纸上谈兵，他们最行了。
That's a wonderful plan. No passageways, but we need some weapons.
Exactement. To have a proper piece of steel in my hand again. Preferably Milanese, although I would be satisfied with something local.
Thanks, Henry.
A nice piece. Merci mille fois. Now...
Good work, Henry. What now?
I'll go ahead and scout it out. When there's a suitable moment, I'll let you know and you can head out.
And how will you let us know?
Well, the stables can be seen from the entrance hall. If you signal us with a torch from next to the horses, we'll head towards you.
Agreed. Good idea. Wait for my light.
But you must be absolutely certain that the way is clear. If you have any doubt, do not risk it.
他们要求很多呢。
Better to come back to us, and we shall go together.
True. And if we don't hear from you or
心中突然燃起一股杀意，这股杀意在我的心里越燃越旺。
Right. Got it. I'm off.
Avant, keep watch by the stairway. I'll go to the window and wait for Henry's signal.
I think it would be better if you watch the stairs.
Why's that?
You are younger.
晚安，晚安。看样子敌人已经全部灭亡了。
The horses are here. As soon as it's safe, I should give Cape on the signal.
还有一只诶。
Huh? What was that? Pray for a quick death, you bastard!
好，这样我们就打下了整个要塞，要塞都是我们的。头盔坏了就再修啊。还有没有敌人啊？
Now I just need to wait for Capon. Lord Jesus Christ, stand by our side.
哎，我忘记他是要我做什么了。哦，没有人来了。
admit, mes amis, the last time I have had such a suspense was when I was rescuing the King of France. Oui, monsieur, we're surely brave, and fortune favors the brave. Free at last!
有够嚣张啊！汉斯是第4，他也是3进3出嘛，他跟主角一样都3进3出。
You're a great friend. The best I could wish for.
After today, you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier, aventurier et voyageur. I'm at your service, mon brave Henri. And I have an excellent idea. In your honor, I shall name my new horse after you.
Pleased to meet you, Sir Vacula.
My name is Vauquelin.
Vauquelin?
Vauquelin. Vauquelin.
Vauquelin... would you mind if I just call you Brabant?
Brabant. En
Brabant?
Que peut-on y faire? It will have to do. Do not concern yourself, mon ami. Clearly, you are not tenant in any art of conversation. But at least you have courage and other skills. You carried out the entire operation truly brilliantly.
把整个基地的人都屠掉了。
And look, mon ami, how the fresh air suits Monsieur Chapon. He has finally stopped drawing in self-pity.
What self-pity, damn it? I was locked up for days in a tiny stinking room.
Ah, come now, mon cher. Luck was simply not on your side for once. That is all. Now we are finally free. The time has come for grand deeds. I did not waste my time in captivity. I fought everything over diligently. Listen.
Please, I'd prefer not to.
What's your plan, Sir Baron?
An heroic deed about which hordes shall one day be composed, similar to my feat in the famous Battle of Arezzo.
Did you distinguish yourself in that battle?
Oui. Oui, mon cher Henri. When all seemed lost, I led a heroically desperate attack that ultimately led us to victory. For that, I was knighted. Opportunities for heroism await everywhere.
他日文配音我觉得还好，没有说很好听。
What if we were to journey to Vienne? We could assemble.
他的如果你调日文，对不对？他讲外文就会讲那些法文那些就会很奇怪。
If the king were to return, the nobility would definitely support him. Sigismund would have to withdraw.
Précisément. And what is more, our names would be sung throughout the kingdom. Undoubtedly, we would also earn a rich reward too. Then I would invite the best stonemason from France and build Monsieur Chapeau a castle that even Chevalier Hanush would envy.
You must be mad. You've been free less than a day, and you're already thinking up ways to get yourself killed. I'd rather endure Hanush's preaching about my incompetence than listen to this chatter. We'll see what happens next. But the first thing that I need is...
对啊，我试了几分钟，但是我觉得还是不要，所以就换回来。
Christ, wounds. Such destruction and havoc.
War. Monsieur Chapon, you have yet to participate in a real battle. But I fought against les Valaques at Naples, and les Anglais in Bourgogne. And that is how war looks, whether in Italy or La Bohème. It is always the same.
That's not war. It's barbarism. What value did this village have?
Eh bien, I would estimate 5 courtyards. Annual revenues could be perhaps several hundred groschen.
That's not what I meant, Bakalin. No fortress. Maybe one fortified courtyard? Practically insignificant militarily. That's not how war should be fought. This is unjust.
Do not give way to sentimentality, monsieur. A village could harbor spies and saboteurs or supply the enemy, and destroying enemy assets is an effective tool of war. Wars are not decided only in battles. There are not even many of those. to strike in the rear, make the enemy lose and bleed. That is how most conflicts are fought. However, wait a year or two.
这家伙意外的挺聪明的，他可能是个军师。
That is how it always happens.
But we're the nobility. Our task is to lessen the chances of such things happening.
You're right, Hans. We must find allies and put a stop to it as soon as possible. We can save as much as we can.
Yes, but we failed in Trotsky. And now this is our punishment.
I see that short captivity has turned you into a philosopher, Lord Capon. You should apply to the faculty of arts before the muse lifts you again.
Yeah.
这家伙讲话也很叽歪。哦哦，哎呦，是友军呢，还以为又要被逮回去了。
Of all the bandits in the whole wide world, we run into this pair of scoundrels.
I fucked everything up.
Oh, get up, lad. Everyone makes mistakes. Only a better man owns up to them.
这样我军就齐全了吗？
What kind of vermin we're dealing with?
What brings you here? We just escaped from Malashov, and right now...
There's no time for haste. One thing at a time, my boy. Word reached Ratai that you pair got yourselves into a nice mess. I'm glad to see you both in one piece. So, let's hear it. What happened?
It's best if Henry tells you. I wasn't around for half of it.
No sooner had we spied Trotsky on the horizon than everything started to go to hell. We made camp by a pond with the intention of heading for the castle at first light. Only we were ambushed by bandits in the evening. They killed all of everything they could carry, including the letter for von Berghoff.
And how did you two manage to get out alive?
Just by a stroke of good luck. We were both in a bad way. We might not have made it if a local herb woman hadn't taken care of us.
Only after that, we couldn't get into the castle, though. We looked like a pair of beggars.
And the bastards treated us as such.
But you did get into Trotsky in the end, didn't you?
Von Berghoff received us and heard us out. It seemed like he was on our side. We even helped him out several times. Until we found out he was just stringing us along. It all came out after we set out with von Berghoff's men to deal with the bandits who were rampaging in his domain. The same ones who attacked us at the start.
Only they ambushed us and took me and Henry captive for ransom.
But it turned out these very outlaws are on our side. They're fighting for King Wenceslas on the orders of Sokol of Lamberg.
Well, I'll be damned.
So von Berghoff has been the real enemy all this time. And Zizka is actually our ally.
Zizka? Zizka? He's the captain of those outlaws. That name doesn't ring a bell.
这剧情算是编得不错。
What impression did he make on you?
He's some impoverished yeoman. But he's handy in a battle, and he helped us when we needed it.
He made quite an impression on me for one. I'll be happy to see him again.
没办法，刚刚屠了一整个城的人。
Quite report.
Of all the places
全身都血淋淋。
We're riding to a gathering of King Wenceslas's supporters. If fortune favors us, the future fate of the kingdom will be decided there.
If we keep standing around here gabbing about it, it'll be decided without us.
Patience, my friend. This pair have just returned from the clutches of the enemy. No doubt they have something to tell us.
Like how in the devil did you manage to escape?
I was helped by the Ruttard family, the former rulers of Malashov, in exchange for dealing with some trouble they had with Ulrich of Raditz.
Ulrich Favak? But he's the mint master.
Well, he won't be for long, if it comes to light that he's been putting his sticky fingers on the royal silver.
It seems you've been pretty busy.
But don't forget to say what you found out from von Bergov in Malashov.
Sigismund has convened the city council. Markvart von Aulitz will be there with him, too. The word is, Sigismund is going to make an important announcement there.
He picked a nice time for it. But at least he won't be sticking.
最起码我现在已经具有屠城的实力了。
Can we go to Rabors with you? We could certainly use a drink, a bite to eat, and a comfortable bed.
I wish I could say yes, son, but the city council assembly is a big opportunity. Young Lord Capon will go with us to Rabosh, but you'll have to return to the city right away and try to worm your way into the town hall.
干，差别待遇。
How can I get in there? I can't just walk in off the street.
You've got the dirt on Favak.
觉得还行啊。
Know how to use it.
鬼武者改宫本武藏还 OK 啊。
Just tell him either he gets you into the council chamber, or you get him on the
我是希望不要变成魂系游戏啊。
It's worth a try, right?
I hope that assembly really is important. If Sigismund is just going to announce an increase in taxes, there's not much point in my being there.
Well, at least you can enjoy watching the long faces of the councillors when they hear it. And don't worry, I'll
应该后面还是会有铠甲。
on your behalf.
If I come back and find you there under lock and key again, I'll lead you to Rot.
Take it. I will go as well, and I will not let your friend out of my sight.
Hans? Who's this?
Vaclav Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo, at your service.
He was a captive of Lord von Bergov's, like me. He defended Kuttenberg against Sigismund.
In that case, he'll be a welcome guest at Rabosh.
You don't know what you're promising,
很多人不认识啊，所以要再出来让大家认识认识啊。
Watch out for yourself, Henry. As soon as you can do so without raising suspicion, come and join us.
He'll manage it, but now we really need to hit the road.
Safe travel, Henry.
Adieu et bonne chance.
就主角被抛弃了，主角的攻击这么伟大，却被这么多人抛弃。干，我得自己溜进城了，有没有那么惨呢？
I ought to go and see Rosa when I'm in town. No doubt she'd like to know how it went with that book.
还要去还书啊。 他们太过分了，把主角用完就丢，用完就丢的最好的案例就在这，就在此时，然后还要继续的榨取主角，我就像一条抹布一样，拼命的拧干。
Good date.
Show me you.
Happy to be of service.
Excuse me?
Welcome. Good days.
I need...
Did you wear
heard that noise last night. What was that?
A couple of drunks was sitting outside the store.
Excellent. It was a... What do you need, sir?
What do you...
又来开麦。
Let's talk about the price.
Huh.
Here.
Mine. You, sir. And...
Show me your way.
刚才短时间我都换不了装，目前现在穿的可能就是目前最强的。
Huh? I'm sorry.
This one is sharpened already.
Jesus Christ.
经过刚刚一役，我才晓得原来剑也会断掉。靠妈，剑断掉，打到一半剑断掉有多惨呢？而且是主角那个传家宝剑呢，传家宝剑打到剑断掉。Hello， 罗莎，来找你喽。
By the way, like you were saying about that book,
My favourite book? Pray tell, did you find it?
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon von Bergov's chambers, and there it lay. Red leather, gold inlay, just as you said.
You really found it? Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
Actually not.
That's too bad. I think you would like it. And perhaps even learn a thing or two.
Why do you think so?
I just think you might find some common ground with the author. Not in absolutely everything, of course. That's just not possible. But in basic matters, I believe you'd agree. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know?
That's a tempting notion.
Wouldn't you want to at least give it...
I suppose I'm not...
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it
哦
together.
咦
You and me. What do
我
you
们
think?
两个一起创作。
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers. Will you escort me?
My pleasure.
哦，
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal parts.
Both? Well, fine. What should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
there are heaps of stories about men. So I propose one about a woman.
All right, a woman then. But I'd need to know more about her.
Such as...
Tell me one trait that is important for you. What would impress you in a girl?
Well, never hurts if a girl is pretty.
I was hoping for something a bit deeper than beauty.
Well, what else could come to mind with you standing here before me?
Oh, come now. Tell me instead about the fate of our beauty. But please, leave her dressed.
There are few enough happy endings in life, so I'd be for a happy end.
I agree. And while Our Lady in the story may be beautiful, her pretty face alone won't bring about that happy ending. I'll put a more interesting feather in her cap. Well, just about finished.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch. Especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Imagine a beautiful lady is standing before you, and you are courting
哦，这
her.
是暗示吗？
What would you do?
I'd rather keep what I do to myself. But how about something like this?
Well, now we're done.
Oh, finally. I'm sore all over.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look at what we've done. Your reward.
嗯，他在写什么跨我？
So what about that story of ours? Tell me your impressions.
Too bad there aren't more books like this. If there were, I might end up turning into a scholar.
Really? I'll take that as the highest possible compliment. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's not bad, right?
Oh, it's pretty, really. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I know I'm no master illuminator, but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And thank you for the help. I really enjoyed it.
Well, so did I. And for that matter, you're an interesting girl. I'd like to get to know you a little better.
No beating around the bush. How about that? Please do stop by sometime.
所以他是可攻略对象嘛？
Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting trophies.
You said you could teach me.
If you ask nice.
Very well then.
That depends on what you're, or if you prefer. But I warn you, so.
I'd like you to you shoot like.
I prefer the.
Will you teach me?
嗯，结果他只是一个技能修技能的 NPC。你为什么不跟我在一起呢？
Greetings.
Greetings to you.
好了，没办法，主角只能默默的自己去找出怎么去城堡的方法。
I'm going to see the mint.
Any fool could say that.
I have an appointment.
All right.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. I reckon you can help me.
The Assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king?
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the truth.
Well, I just want to climb the social ladder a bit. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
And could you not choose a different occasion for that?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you'd better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
And how about a few grosh?
Worse than you can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franz is his name. Franz Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today, from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is Zum Eisernen Adler.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Or do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
What would work on it? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
Quality goods of all pancakes, cabbage flatbread.
Excuse me.
Strong and well-made pots.
Here they are.
Greetings. I'd like to...
Surely you can wait a while. I have a customer here. Here you are. The finest fabric. Intricate work. You won't find the likes anywhere else in this town.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. Thanks. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone asks. And you impatient fella, what was it you wanted?
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pictures so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
I just have to get in there, understand? I have an important message for the king about a plot against him.
But why would you want to get to him as a waiter?
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it, so I have to be incognito. See?
I see. All right, then. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council, and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right, no need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you, and think up some good excuse, clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly, or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You'd better not.
Red prices. Steel. All quality pieces.
Come and take a gander.
Excuse me?
Not your day, eh?
Better the pillory than the noose, so you don't end up here too.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him.
他可能真的不想去工作。
Franta's not coming. What's wrong with him?
He got as drunk as a lord. Totally pie-faced. Then he fell into a ditch, and now he's staggering around the streets, God knows where.
I might have expected. Once, he turned up with a hangover, and as soon as he smelt wine, he threw up all over the chapel door. I told him if that ever happened again, he was for the boot. Oh, well, you'll have to take his place for today. I've no time to find someone else. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. There is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Takaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarjitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarjitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something?
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Huh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter after all, not some street gossip monger.
Correct.
等等，我一定搞砸给你看。
Not to botch it up. You can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the king of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
Can you tell me?
Are you soft? Don't pour red monastery wine, white Takai by the door to the chapel. Got it?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unverzüglich. Our current Waffen
There are the pictures of
is a
wine.
joke. And on top of that,
Hopefully
the
I won't
army
splash
was
anyone's
requisitioning
shoes.
from it. Should the town reserve have worse
You there,
weapons than
lad,
any Räuber
a
in
cup
the
of
domain?
red, and don't you skip
Getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon.
Come now,
Can you
waiter.
believe it?
I wanted red.
Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande
Come now,
when
waiter.
outlaws
I wanted
have
red.
better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize
Shut that damn
what
picture.
Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight?
I'd like some monastery wine.
The merciful
Refill my cup,
King
boy.
Sigismund is providing us with
I
protection,
apologize.
isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard
Monastery
you?
wine.
What
Here.
then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property
Monastery
of the
wine.
king's
Here.
enemies. Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this
This
town
is
will rise against
unbelievable.
him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubräter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see
I
no
apologize,
solution
sir.
of the current situation.
Which one?
We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
Hey, where's my white? Hey, where's my white?
I'd like to report to the Honourable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
I'd like some monastery wine. Refill my cup, boy.
Isn't it the same thing?
I apologize, sir. Which wine?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hopbrink and wants to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a...
我是不知道怎么倒酒干，他妈的酒都不知道怎么倒啊！我还不知道谁在讲话。
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unversüchlich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke. And on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it.
A full cup of monastery
the town
wine.
reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hennig, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That
Come now, waiter. I wanted red.
hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them. Since
I
you're a
apologize,
gunsmith.
What
Which
are you
one?
implying?
Monastery
Cletus?
red.
All I'm saying is that they had them, Herr God. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
真的没办法倒
You smell a deal?
我没有搞错吧？
Is that your stubborn heads do
now,
not realize
是啊，我没搞错啊，红色的跟白色的啊，
There are Raubräter everywhere in the region.
他也没其他的了。
Bearing down and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty helmets.
And who is it you want to fight? Exactly. The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with
I'm sorry.
protection.
I
Isn't he?
wasn't paying
Der
attention.
König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment.
I'd like some monastery wine.
What if he had
Refill my cup, boy.
修道院葡萄酒，我这边只有红色、白色，还有什么？我这一轮要研究一下到底有什么酒。
But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
Monastery
Always
wine.
confiscate
Here,
the
excuse
property
me.
of the king's enemies. Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
Monastery
The
wine.
king fears
Here.
that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubräter to wreak havoc all around?
We can
This is
always ask the
unbelievable.
king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind.
Hey, waiter, pour me some monastery wine.
I apologize, sir. Which wine?
Monastery red.
Good, sir.
啊，我会了。好啊，这一轮才完整的。 这一款何止1个月啊，480个小时哎，没有460几个小时。
City reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unversüchlich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing.
I
That
apologize, sir.
Hackenbücher.
Which one?
White hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them.
Good, sir.
Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich?
Thank you, Red.
All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is.
Waiter,
the Dry
get
Devil
me
is
white.
running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region.
Which
we
one?
have the army bearing down,
White.
and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here.
他说不要给亚当带酒，
Hey, where's my white?
所以不用理亚当。
What then? We're
亚当就
sitting
这个
atop
嘛
the biggest silver heap in
对
the
啊，
kingdom.
炸鸡汁的亚当，那就不要给他喝。
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better?
Hey, where's my white?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies. Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the Yemelish state of our armory, and the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of
This
the
is
taxes...
unbelievable.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always
Waiter,
ask the
pour
king
me
to
red
bring
wine.
order to the realm with his army.
But then
I
the
apologize.
Dörfler will rise up.
Which one?
I'm afraid I see no
Am I
solution
speaking in
of the
Latin?
current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
Good, sir.
Well, thank the Lord.
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
Hey, waiter, pour me some monastery wine.
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be.
I'm sorry,
The
sir.
current baths in the city fall
Orders from
far
above.
short
This
of
is
covering all the
unbelievable.
citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hopbrink and wants to
嗯
repair
给他喝应该会
She's
应该很好玩
a
吧？
protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable,
wine,
but I
Master
don't
Bailiff.
think she will succeed. It takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
A moment ago, you were complaining there weren't enough baths. Shouldn't we support her?
不行
Something，like
不能
this
像
is
一样，
better
东西都被拿
handled
走
by
了。
trustworthy people, like my friend bathhouse proprietor Adam. The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get
Waiter,
leeches there
pour me
for
red
free as
wine.
well. And while
I
he's
apologize,
there,
sir.
a man can shave
Which
and
one?
take a...
Red?
You know
Am I
what.
speaking
So
in
what?
Latin?
Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death?
Good, sir.
A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the
Waiter,
wickedness that's
get me
going
white.
on in there.
Keeping the city clean is
I
important,
apologize, sir.
but we don't
Which
have
one?
money to
Are you colorblind?
Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're all
算了，不要给他喝。
arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here?
Hey, where's my white?
Sewage, rats,
I'm sorry,
slop,
sir.
rubbish. The least we can do
Orders from
for the
above.
citizens is
This
to
is
provide them with a
unbelievable.
place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next, You'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
Tokai! He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Sir. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
Sir?
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there?
And a full
Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard.
I apologize, sir.
But in this case,
Which
it
one?
really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble.
Sir?
He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the
Thank
king...
you, waiter.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an
Hey,
end
waiter.
to us first.
Pour me some monastery wine.
I apologize, sir.
If nothing
Which one?
happened, there's no
Monastery
point
Red.
in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Sir? Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not
这不知道要到多久啊。
But there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Rutard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they
like
want.
some monastery
I suspect
wine.
the gentleman
Refill
from
my
the city's
cup,
sword
boy.
fighting school brought this custom to us. That German, Menhard, is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous, Forsucker.
Don't hang around me.
You act like
Vanish,
you've never been in a
really.
fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives in the marketplace.
So, you will just leave it be?
Proven offences
Refill,
are
sir.
punished by
You
the
think I'd come
bailiff.
to the council
And
just
that's
to double
that.
wine? Come here.
There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently set...
What can I help you with, sir? I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while... All right. I'll get them. I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings. But... why? Because I'm bored. And because I told you. Get on with it.
Soon be out of customers.
Ah, the hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
I counted 16, sir.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh, I thought you meant only the angels.
Go back to serving wine, blockhead.
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan
这些贵族也太无聊了。
right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides,
Sir?
I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Hey, boy.
Then hell freezes
Full
over,
cup
my
of
friend.
monastery wine.
Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha!
I'm sorry.
I think not.
I wasn't.
Excuse me. You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Good.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Obrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
A cup of red.
Oh,
And don't you skimp on
to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, sir. I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Thank you, waiter.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
我一看就是很角色。这个没认出来，他怎么会没认出来？他没看过主角吗
You have nothing to fear, not you.
Like this man of five.
哎呦，这个看起来是好国王哎。这边是另外一方的，另外一方在开会。
father. Put a little life into your dying. See more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they keep him mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. He's reliable, and has his heart in the right place. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzig Kobyla, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Warring and diplomacy make good bet.
I'm glad you finally accepted.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
I beg your pardon, but I'm not looking to make friends here.
两个是不一样的游戏嘛，这没办法比较。
In a sense, the same thing. The friend of my friend is also my friend, and you say you know Henri, a likable boy, although he could still learn quite a lot from moi-même.
How did you end up imprisoned in Malachov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
Ah, je suis désolé. This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Sainte Mère, do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and honor.
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle. Many great men fell there.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me. So I settled down in the presbytery in Ujits.
Then, what are you doing here, at a meeting of opponents of the crown?
The Lord moves in mysterious ways. You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French
这家伙搞不好是间谍啊。
Everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly but surely.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess. Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whoreson won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
As it happens, I've got nothing better to do anyway.
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain... shortcomings?
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the Council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne. You've got... You're certain...
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would mean slow, but certain defeat for all of us.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
Success to our plans.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of me.
I'd like to check your horses out. See if they're as good as you say.
Ha, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your... Well, we haven't...
I wanted to... You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without a by your leave.
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize
for interrupting our conversation.
Is that your...
Unfortunately.
We'll talk later and in
Don't try my...
Why so strict?
20 years ago, he was... I got him a place at the... Only it wasn't long. And then, I find out But he took his boozing and...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to...
How dare...
You're as shit a father as I am a son.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies.
You've got no other option. Gentlemen, I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second, as he desires, and then...
Out of the question. And he's got plenty to learn from Christopher.
You want satisfaction? You'll get nothing but shame. Suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard, but quietly. They don't have to put on a show for the crowd.
After you.
Well, that's that. Now, where were we?
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher would sort it out, you'll see.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against...
That was sneaky.
Look in my eyes, not at my sword. Swing with your whole arm, not just your... You don't know which end of that thing is up. Stand firm. Otherwise, the
They teach you that in the seminary?
Put you on your arm. Cover your right side. You've got a gap there. I can drive a cart.
Wanker!
That's enough. You should never have...
And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
神父比较弱。
I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
And no luck again, eh? When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days. He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder?
I've got to get him on our side and to cooperate with us.
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to put it into action.
After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me. And tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Where's that beer?
We mustn't push too hard.
Sir Bochek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms, that's a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Rutard.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to blackmail both of us.
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, women are fighting over him. Yitka will like him, and he'll give her a whole bunch of children.
And to half the wenches in his domain too, eh? On the other hand, the Lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on, despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
So, will you support our plan?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still grunting. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place, as soon as possible.
And what if Lord Capon refuses?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
I've gained us a powerful ally.
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those Kuttenberg stuffed guts.
On the contrary, it's Bocek, the Elder of Kunstadt and Podjebrad.
Kunstadt? By Christ, he's the last one I'd have expected to step up. How the hell did you do it?
Well, there's one little catch. I had to promise him... I don't even know how to begin.
Out with it.
Lord Kunstadt has a niece, so... I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon is to marry Yitka of Kunstadt. Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Jeez.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the Abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers to you! And to your parleying skills!
Sir Bocek, your niece Yitka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed? Without reservations?
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstadt.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink. What do you say?
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yitka and the unhappy Lord Capon.
Here's to a good bargain.
It seems strange to me.
哦，卖朋友。
Even though Jobst is right.
May I?
You, unlike
young...
He got up, but if not,
do you think...
I see.
What
Are you
to turn us some?
Better make... there, and they think... Shall I?
Too bad either. Sakura!
Sir Cook... Your God...
Oh dear. Have no fear.
Will you...
That depends.
Do you think we...
I came here for... If Jobst...
Why would... I hope she doesn't feel on...
Anarchy.
So it's not...
Five.
What do you think?
Or not.
He said he...
Aye.
So you...
Understood. They live in up. I'll be with you.
How are you? Aside from that... I'd almost... Keep it up. Just don't open... I've got some...
The bad news is there's some old bat stands to at least...
Actually...
At least the wine. Cheers!
To your... Everything... I can't wait... I reckon...
Oh, pretty... We will leave anyway.
Would you...
What can I... It was... Surely there are many...
God be... There's something...
God be with you.
Your...
No beating around.
Margrave Yob's plan...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ.
I should say so. Although, between the two of them...
How do you...
I know most of the people, but they wouldn't dream of stating... While it seems that Lord Leachen's...
I'd say you have a better nose...
Not only for people...
Then you're in the right...
The wine... So...
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to... parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty.
You manage large estates. In return for your generosity, we offer you protection.
I've managed quite well up to now, taking care of my own resources. If you want me to support you...
Do you have something in particular?
Well... One of the guests here...
Who's that?
Harman Alder. Now... If you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him... I would support your proposal.
Have you fallen up?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. They're disappointed that I dared outlive my husband. The fact that I'm handling his
And these...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain...
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time.
And the papers...
Just insignificant.
All right,
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddle. Bring them to me. But watch yourself.
What's that?
Did I imagine?
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet!
My lady, with all... Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected.
You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support you.
Thank you, noble.
Yes, quite.
I'd like to.
Wise.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our...
我已经喝到懵了。
conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bojek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me, my lords?
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes!
And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Capon 啊 ，Capon 那什么表情？哦，
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig,
汉
and
斯
I will set
汉
out
斯就这样被
immediately.
卖了。
God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
"他再也没办法跟亨利在一起。
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. Point them to the Jewish quarter and give them free rein. To do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain. Up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You
你跟我刚刚想的一
don't
样。
go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes. Sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, my friend. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, you need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the
我们会不会有机会选这个国王啊？
set out for Rabosh. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easy. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red white, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Begging to be eaten.
I couldn't resist either. The sausages were awesome. And when those two
You in need of something, my well-oiled friend? I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. As they say, all's well that ends well. So, to brighter tomorrows. Touching. Come now. What's become of your poetic soul?
I never had one.
Truly? Not even a little?
Oh, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years and I'll become a professional mourner.
See now. I'll gladly drink to that with you. Only, there's nothing to drink. We've run dry.
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet for us then.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it as far as the keg.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father surely has something better stored away. I had my eye on him all evening. He had pictures brought from somewhere for himself and his closest friends, and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those pictures for us, eh? I'm sure you can manage that.
You can bet on it. I've got a nose for booze.
I don't doubt it. Get sniffing quick.
About the girls? But that is about to change.
How'd you like her what?
The art of war. Recipes are passed. I myself, even the king himself.
I expect...
Best this wine would... Give me 100 knives.
Having a good time. Well, what are you missing? Well, let's have it for a coin. Let... Nah.
Coffee with you.
Greetings to you, friend.
根本看不到。
Greetings to you, friend.
But I'd rather run my own affairs.
I understand. Let's at least drink to your success.
How come you're still here, sir?
All hail Yobst. He sorted out things here, but you know how I explained to them. I'm too old. Nothing to discuss. It's the pride of our...
I bet my...
What?
Deal with him yourself. I beg your pardon?
What kind of name?
You act like you don't know the world of the Lords.
Lords and ladies. You either ignore us,
torch for me.
I see the door hooves, a mane, and a tail. And I say, it's...
May I interrupt you already?
What's the matter?
One of them all over the place. I meant the really...
No way.
Have you... Anyway.
All right.
Now off you go. May I interrupt you already?
What's the matter?
I didn't believe... What are you blathering?
Haven't you had a...
Not at all.
No need.
Stop bothering us and go piss.
Easily spooked pony is the last thing you need.
Everybody likes a drop of white.
Now there's a piece of horse flesh for you, Rudart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir.
Ah.
Wine and plenty.
Oh. Ah, get.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
太刺激了吧！太刺激了。
The surrounding Christian can't make it on his own.
Hey, step off! He's nearly got
Send my greetings to the
Stand your ground! Drive those horses out!
Smash your face!
Slice him off!
Send my greetings to the devil.
More coming! Brace yourself! Are you reaching for me to
Won't get me.
真的要重录，我装备没有换，要换装备。晚安，晚安。
Quick! Go! Whoa! Cover your head! Damn it! Fuck you!
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Rattay?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while. Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
What happened, Godwin? Who died?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in peace.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother. But only almost. Good luck.
What do you mean, almost? What happened?
I got there in time to help him, fortunately. Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly lost his life doing it. Nothing.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Rutard and Botchek.
Well, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I wouldn't give up on the fucker either. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghow took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you. But von Berghoff's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in one place.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now. One wrong move, and he'll hang the lords.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
What am I supposed to do? Can I help somehow?
You've done enough, don't you think?
And I'm sure Liechtenstein can't wait to find out what was discussed at the city council.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. He could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing.
I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it.
OK， 收了，晚安，晚安。